Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now today I have been invited to do a collaboration with Mindy from Mindy Mum. Thank you so much, Mindy. It's a great little collab, and please be sure to go and check out her channel and all of the others who are also participating. Now Mindy is just one of the most loveliest ladies I have had the pleasure of meeting, getting to know. That's the one, getting to know within our WW community. So please be sure to go over and check out her channel. Now, some tips to stay on track through the holiday season, or how to get through it, maintain or lose whatever you want to do. Now, tricky time of year. Okay, so we're now in the silly season, almost. December is our silly season, right? So our silly season begins obviously with work parties perhaps, or work celebrations, or pre-Christmas drinks, or pre-Christmas snacks and get-togethers and Barbies and all sorts of fantastic, lovely events that we all get invited to at this time of the year. Now those times can be a little bit trying because there's going to be lots of temptation. There's going to be alcohol. There's going to be lots of yummy high pointed foods, whether it be, you know, the main meal or the desserts. There's just going to be so much temptation out there. Now this Saturday is our Christmas party, so I have to really pre-plan for this one. So we're going to this really beautiful fancy smancy restaurant in the city on the harbour, and I'm really looking forward to it, but I don't want to feel like I'm missing out either because I'm on WW, and I don't want to have gains and whatnot. So I pre-planned it this week, and normally on a Wednesday, which was last night, I would go out and indulge and use my weeklies. Wednesday is my weekly night, and I chose not to do that this week, so I just stayed within my points range last night. So that means all of this week so far, I have stayed within range and I haven't used any of my weeklies, which means I'm now going to use my weeklies on Saturday because I am probably going to have some wine. Now what I did do is I went online and had a look at the menu, so I kind of know what I'm going to be eating before I head out there, which if you can do that is a massive plus, because you can give that planning a little bit more attention. We also have another party the week later on the Saturday. It's at somebody's home, so I'm not able to jump online and have a look at the menu, so I really just have to just think ahead of what people are going to bring perhaps, because it's a bit of a potluck. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my WW friendly dish for everybody to share, and what I'll do is I use that as my base. So what I do is I'll get my plate, put my WW meal on top of that, whatever I've taken, and then whatever looks good to me, I'll just take a little bit of whatever else I want. And that's just to, you know, not limiting myself to just my meal. I'm going to have a look at everything, and if there's something there I want, then yes, I'll be taking some of that too. And I'll do the same thing next week. I won't use any of my weeklies up until the day of that party, so I know that I'm going to be a little bit conditioned for that. And I probably won't have any alcohol, so what I'll do is I'll make sure I'm the designated driver, so I'll just sit on either water or a light juice or something like that. So, and I'll be totally fine with that. Now, a big tip when you go to these potluck dinners, or if you have a lunch at work or something like that, is get your meal and walk away from the table. Don't stand there talking to your lovely friends, chatting around the food, because you'll be tempted to like graze it. You'll be like, ooh, I'll have one of those, and ooh, that looks really good. So don't do that. Just get your meal and scarp it out of there, because you don't want to be tempted by whatever else is screaming out to you on that table, okay? So it's like, grab your food and off you go, because grazing is where we come into a little bit of trouble. At work, we're also going to have a little potluck luncheon a couple of weeks away, but we'll also have to pre-plan for that, because everyone's going to bring something to eat, and we're just going to have like a Kris Kringle present sharing deal. which I'm really looking forward to as well. But again, we're going to have to pre-plan that, and I will take something WW friendly, and I'll use the same principles as the party next weekend, whereas I'll load up my plate with my dish, and then I'll just take a little bit of whatever else I want, and I again will move away from the deliciousness. Obviously, at this time of year, there's lots of foods going around, and at work, yes, I think work is the place where it kind of gets you, because everybody brings in something here, or somebody, you know, might bring in this to try and that to try and, you know, they just want to be friendly and share the love, which is totally fine. Now, yesterday, one of the ladies so kindly put the box of biscuits on my desk. Why? I have no idea. She just thought it would be a central place. I didn't think it was such a good idea, so I made a joke of it, and I picked them up and I moved them and I put them in a central place for everybody to enjoy, not just on the corner of Davina's desk where she's just going to nibble all those biscuits all day. Okay, so that was my choice to remove myself from that temptation, and I think it comes down to you making your choices, living WW your way, and making sure that you make good decisions for you. Don't let anybody else, whether it's intentional or not, push you into a situation where you feel like you have to consume food to please them. And that might sound really silly, but that happens all too often. You know, sometimes we feel guilty if we say no, or, you know, they're persistent about, oh, come on, you want one. You do want one. Just take one. You're going to love it. No, bugger off. I don't want your cookie. Okay, so you have to be strong, and you have to say, thank you very much, but no, I'm not digging that cookie today. And just kind of be polite about it, but don't let somebody ruin your journey, okay? Don't let them sabotage you, is what I'm trying to say. Now, on Christmas Day, for me, hands down, the ham is my dish I could just dive into and you'll never see me again. All right, so for me, it's got to be the ham. Now, I'm a sweets girl. I love, love, love my sweets, but on Christmas Day, I don't. I don't know why. I will indulge. Obviously, I love brandy snaps. I love lots of things on Christmas Day, but the ham gets me. I think it's the glaze. It's just delicious. I think it is really important, whether you are a WW member or not. It doesn't matter what you are following, what plans, what diets, what lifestyle changes. You have to be mindful about your portion sizes, okay? So portion, portion, portion. I think that is going to get a lot of us out of trouble by just exercising your portion control, because that can really spin out of control really, really quickly. Well, I know it does for me. So portion control is going to be key. I'm going to indulge in that ham. I'm just going to have to be mindful about maybe how many slices I have, and just leave some wriggle room for a bit later on when you want to have your dinner and maybe a little dessert. I know hands down 100% I'm going to blow out my weeklies, and I'm okay with that. Now, if you want to indulge, by all means do so. That is your choice. Don't let anybody tell you what you should and shouldn't do. That is your choice to do what you want to do, okay? But if you do it, own it. That's what I'm going to do. I know how this is going to roll out for me, and I'm going to own it, and I'm going to be okay with it, because my next meal, or even the next day, whatever you choose, or however you want to run your program, you need to own it, and you need to get back on track. Don't let your 1 or 2 days, or however you're working it, don't let those meals put you into a death roll of never coming back on plan, because that's so not the case. You have to own it, you got to get back on it, and you got to punch it out and get some results. So for me, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy it while I can, but I'm also going to be accountable for it. I'm going to track it. I'm going to be mindful of my portions. Now, if my points happen to go into the, whoo, you've blown it out today, Davina, that's okay. So remember, track, portion, portion, portion. That for me is probably the biggest tips. And also get back on track. It is okay to splurge, and it is okay to enjoy yourself. You don't have to sit in the corner passing up Aunt Betty's famous stuffing, or Auntie Barb's beautiful trifle. You don't need to give up those things if you don't want to. All right, it's all about choice. The choice is yours, the power is yours, and you need to own it. Alrighty guys, that is a wrap from me. Thank you again, Mindy, for inviting me into this fantastic little collab. I just loved it. And please make sure to go and check out everybody else in the description box below. And pre-plan, everybody. I hope you enjoy your silly season that is upon us. And please don't beat yourself up too much. Just enjoy it, have fun, and just make sure you pre-plan. That is got to be key. Okay, so have fun, everybody. Thank you so much for everybody coming over and checking out my channel. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you to everybody else who keeps coming along and supporting me. I truly love you all, and I need to hurry up and get to work. All right, so have fun, guys, and I'll catch you all again soon.